just want to make sure that they have that outreach. So look forward to working with you on that. Thank you,
you.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator Cortez Masto of Nevada.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Deputy Secretary, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Thank you for being here. Last year, Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control brought sanctions against several individuals and companies involved in the manufacturing and distribution of fentanyl, among other illicit drugs. In addition to sanctioning these individuals, OFAC identified several cryptocurrency addresses associated with these known traffickers. And OFAC's investigation shows a pervasive and deep interconnectedness of illicit drug trafficking and crypto. The addresses identified by OFAC collectively received just under $3.8 million worth of cryptocurrency. So my question to you is, do you think Treasury has the adequate tools and expertise to effectively combat the use of crypto in financing drug trafficking rings? And if you don't, what do you need?
Senator, several months ago, Secretary Yellen set up a strike force to go after fentanyl because she sees the threat that it presents not only to American lives, but to our national security as well. And what we know is that these actors, these drug kingpins who are often just criminal business executives are increasingly moving to using crypto, as you mentioned. And the reason I'm here is because we need additional tools from you and the Senate to go after them. Those tools include the ability for us to, for example, go after cryptocurrencies or other parts of the crypto ecosystem that claim to be dollar-backed, but to be trying to escape U.S. jurisdiction, which makes it harder for us to go after them. We also need to update the definitions in our rules so they include the crypto ecosystem, so the Bank Secrecy Act and also IEPA. And finally, we would like to have a secondary sanctions regime that allows us to also make clear to traditional financial institutions that you should not engage with parts of the crypto ecosystem that are doing illicit transactions.
Thank you. And would the Fentanyl Act support your enforcement actions?
Taking actions like that and taking actions that would provide us with additional authorities to go after fentanyl would be quite helpful. I think the challenge we have is that taking those actions in the traditional financial system will mean that more of these actors will likely turn to things like virtual currencies to try and escape us unless we update and reform some of the rules that we have today for going after those actors.
I'm interested also in learning about, and this is a new term because of crypto, but learning about cryptocurrency mixers. And you talked a little bit about that help facilitate illicit financing. My understanding are their mixers are crypto platforms that enable users to exchange cryptocurrency anonymously by blending the cryptocurrencies of many users to obfuscate the origins and owners of the funds. And in 2022, almost 10% of all crypto addresses tied to illicit activity were laundered through mixers. So, Deputy Secretary, can you explain a little bit about these mixers and the acute risk of bad actors using them to engage in illicit finance?
Senator, I think you made it very clear what they are. They are ways for people and for entities to hide their identity and to move money illicitly through the crypto ecosystem with the hope that they can turn that into hard currency at some other point and be able to get access to their ill-gotten gains. We've taken some actions against mixers, including using a 311 action to go after them, but my concern is that without the tools that we've requested from the Senate, we don't have the ability to go after these parts of the virtual currency ecosystem that are being used by threat actors but may not be based or have U.S. jurisdiction. That's why we think it's essential that we get these tools, because as we take steps to go after the traditional financial system, where we have a great deal of visibility where these threat actors exist, they're naturally going to turn to new tools like mixers to hide their identity.
Absolutely. And that's why I appreciate the need for the expanded tools of enforcement for areas like this and support it.
Thank you.
I do think it is so important we address the use of cryptocurrency for money laundering and to engage in illicit activities for so many reasons. So thank you for being here again. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Cortez Masto. Ms. Secretary.